What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of the MMAnomaly show. No filter. I'm your host, Olin, aka MMAnomaly, and with me, as always, is the co-host with the most, Jive Turkey Nano. And boys and girls, do we have a very special episode for you? It is one of, if not my favorite episodes of every year. It's also one of, if not my least favorite episode every year. It is the labor of love, truly, right? I've probably put in like 40 to 50 hours of editing on this stuff, and I really just truly hope you all enjoy it. And first and foremost, more than the hard work I put in, thank you for all the hard work you put in. To each and every one of you that went to the polls and voted, you get to see what the results are tonight. You get to see the grand results. So without further ado, before we jump into these categories, Nano, how you doing, brother? How's the new year treating you thus far?
Let's go. Great to see you, brother, and great to see all of you in the chat. We got some new faces, some familiar faces. LFG, I'm excited as well, Andrea, and my brother. It is great to be here as always. Like you said, appreciate the hard work. We get to now enjoy the fruits of thy labor and enjoy and recap what felt like a historic year here in mixed martial arts. I'm juiced up, brother. I'm feeling good, living better. You know, I'm in the spare room today, but I got plenty to spare in this chamber of mine, ready to go ahead and dive in. And like I said, man, really recap what felt like a fantastic year for mixed martial arts. And we're starting anew on Paramount this year, baby. So let's go.
Yeah, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and cancel the ESPN Plus and lock in the Paramount Plus subscription before they jack those prices up if they haven't already. I think it actually might have happened today. I think that was the announcement. But hey, I locked it in for $59.99 for the year, so we are locked and loaded and ready to go, folks. And again, before we jump into these awards, shout out to the chat. We got Casey Shorey, my guy. I'm ready to hear some MMA by one of the best. We appreciate you, brother. Pips Piano Tips, shout out Alex. Look at this beautiful intro. My guy, I appreciate that. I truly do. I worked hard on it. Andrea, hope you're doing great. Thanks. I love seeing you in the chat. Tico Tech LLC, my guy, Matt. Bro, I hope you are having the most blessed year you've ever had thus far. I appreciate you being here more than you know. I know you're doing a social media cleanse, so you're off Instagram and all that stuff. So the fact that you'd open the little app here and come watch us really means a lot, man. I appreciate it. And shout out Miss Mary. Let's go. Let's go. All right, folks. The reason you're all here is to see how these categories were voted on, how they came together. I'm going to be honest with you. The order, there is no particular order. The order in which I finished editing each category and uploaded them, that's the order we're going to go through them today. So we're going to start off with a bang, literally and figuratively. Nano, we are going to start off with the knockout of the year. Now, when it comes to the knockout of the year, there were a number of different options, right? Let's just call a spade here. And I'll be honest, like when we were maybe halfway or a little over halfway through the voting session, there were a number of categories that were tied, dead even. This was one of them. It was a three-way tie, folks. So let's go through at least the top four that are the nominee nods here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Nano, I'll go to you first. Of those options, I mean, we have great options, right? Mauricio Ruffy versus King Bobby Green. Carlos Prates versus Leon Edwards. We had Iwo versus Ebo, which was a freaking slobber knocker if I ever saw one. And Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico. Nano, which one of those got your vote? And which one of those do you think deserves the nod?
Man, we're starting off at the top here, it feels like. I feel like that was our recent trend to end the year. Why keep the people waiting? Y'all know why we're here. We're here to talk about violence. And I think this one could also rival for a potential fight of the year. But I think the nastiest, craziest knockout, the knockout that had me on the edge of my seat, is Ebo versus Iwo. That was my pick here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if I'm right or not. We're going to find out here soon. But I'll tell you what, some great contenders. You can't go wrong with any of them. But if I'm being honest, I love the violence that fight showed. And I loved how vicious the KO was. It was unexpected. It was back and forth. I knew someone was getting dropped. And it ended up being Ebo instead of Iwo. But I was saying, oh my gosh, Iwo, let's go. That's how I felt, brother. Again, great contenders. To caps off, if they were accepting the siege, whoever wins, they say, I really appreciate to be here. Thank you for all the other nominees, but there can only be one, my brother. And we are curious. Don't keep the people waiting. How did you feel? What was your best knockout of the year, 2025?
I'll be honest, man. This is the same one I voted on, right? I voted Ewo versus Ebo. I thought it got the nod. I thought it deserved the nod. And as Pip's Piano Tip said here, Ewo versus Ebo, let's fucking go. Bar fight of the year, bro. Like, people were getting their shit rocked in that fight. Like, there were 6 knockdowns in that fight, and the fight lasted, what, like 2.5 minutes? Come on, bro. Wild stuff. Yes, Olin, how are you, brother? How are you doing, Ash from Against the Fence? My guy. If you're not already tapped into the Against the Fence channel, make sure you check those guys out there. Absolute legends. Got the pleasure to hang out with them and meet them while I was out in London. And shout out Anita. Love your name. Love your picture as well. I have a feeling I know who you are. I'm not going to say you're sus, but I think you might be. Nano, yeah, my pick was Ewo versus Ebo, man. It was a dude name that's name was spelled IWO versus a dude's name that was spelled IBO. But it had everyone watching saying OMG. It was the craziest fight possibly that I've ever seen. My significant other got up to grab something to drink or a snack or something and literally missed the entirety of the fight. She just heard my guttural reactions and she's like, what happened? And I'm like, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you. And she was like, oh my God, they could stop this. Oh my God, are they going to stop this? I was like, just keep watching. It was just a wild fight. But without further ado, let's see who won. And let's talk about that a little bit. Oh, man, when you see it, that was a nasty, nasty knockout. It was a bit of a masterclass as well, right? And this seems like as good of a time as any to go ahead and just say, any of the pictures or clips that we show tonight, we do not own the rights to this, right? So just so you know, and so everybody in the crowd knows. And yeah, I said this the first time I watched this fight. Like, Ewo versus Ebo, loser has to change their name to Steve. It's Steve Aslan now. That's the word on the street. Casey Shorey, poor Bobby Money Green, bro. The fall of Bobby Green has just been tough to watch. Beautiful wheel kick, right? Absolute beautiful wheel kick, just right on the money. And Ash agrees, has to be Ruffy, KO of the year, my guy. You called it. That's the one it was. Nano, what were your thoughts on this knockout, and how did it make you feel?
Oh, man. Well, not surprised by the pick, y'all. This was fan voted. This is not me and MMAnomaly's award show. It is for the fans, by the fans, and that is all of y'all listening. So appreciate the voting. And listen, man, not a bad pick, right? Not a bad pick. I don't think you could have gone wrong with any of the options on there. And there are even some others that were some good honorable mentions. But I'll tell you what, my brother, the technique that was shown in this knockout, the viciousness, the ferocity, the skill, and just the karate style. I mean, this was like a movie book. Thank you, Yuri. That felt like a movie book ending right there for Mauricio Ruffy. And dude's a star. I think this was just another one, if not the monumental moment in a young career for a Mauricio Ruffy. Ruffy is what I want to say. Poor Bobby Green. Like you said, Father Time is undefeated. I don't think anybody could have saw that roundhouse kick coming in. For it to land so cleanly, I think the uniqueness of that, the way Bobby just was laying on the canvas, just rather sleepy, rather stiff. I mean, everything about it, my brother. The walk-off, I mean, this was it. This was the clear winner. Obviously, we have our biases, but I'll tell you what, this was the biggest oh shit moment that Dana White has delivered this year. So thank you, Dana and the brass. Thank you, Mauricio.
Thank you, matchmakers. And yeah, thank you, Mauricio. That guy is an absolute stud, an absolute legend. And look, I know the name's supposed to be pronounced Hoofy, but I mean, we should stick with calling him Ruffy the way he puts people to sleep. Am I right? Nothing? Maybe the next one. Maybe the next one.
Tough crowd.
So with that, we can go ahead and move on into the next category here. This is one that's sure to make us all just a little bit sad, right? It is the best retirement in the UFC of the year 2025. And here are your nominees. Man, there's some good ones there, huh? Good options.
There really were. There were a few retirements. Unfortunately, I think this list might get longer and longer each year, right? I mean, it's going to be harder and harder as our favorite fighters, as guys that we grew up watching and aging ourselves here a little bit. But yeah, man, great class here. A lot of Hall of Famers in there and some great moments. I mean, I think I know who my favorite pick is, but I think the one that caught me off guard, that felt like they got a really good nod. Oh, well, I'm going to leave that for you. I'm going to leave that one for you. I know where your head's at. I'm going to leave that one for you, my brother, because the one that caught me by surprise was the amount of love that a Jose Aldo got. I mean, that guy, absolute legend of a legend, first ballot Hall of Famer. It was a little awkward. I mean, it was a little long. I think he didn't really know what's going on. You know, the family's in there, but they cut a great promo for him, had a nice video. They were in Brazil, and he got to lay down the gloves. He wasn't fighting that night, so it was a little different. But to be able to go in there with his family, lay the gloves down, emotion, showing a lot of emotion in that. That was my honorable mention, but you already played it. I'm going to leave it for you, my brother, because that's where my head is at. How did you feel? And let me let the people know about your favorite, or maybe not so favorite. It is a little bittersweet here. Retirement of the year.
It is a bittersweet moment for me, for sure, to watch Dustin Poirier retire. And as Ash said, Aldo's had like 4 retirements, hasn't he? I mean, he really has. He's retired.
That's fair.
Will this one stick? I don't know. I think he might go to boxing, but you know, time will tell. Now, in regards to Dustin Poirier, like, you know, that's my pick. That was definitely my vote, and I think he's earned his flowers, right, through blood, sweat, and tears. As he said before, 15 to 25 minutes to make life fair. He's gone out there, done all the things he's tried to, aside from winning an undisputed title. He did win the interim belt at one point, but, you know, everybody wants the real belt. So he did not get to sail off into the sunset with a win over Max Holloway. He tried to do the point down and realized that Max, after 25 minutes, or rather 24 minutes and 50 seconds, is just as fast as he was after 1 minute and 50 seconds. And it was a sad night, man. I drank a lot of whiskey that night, and I'll probably drink a lot of whiskey tonight as well as a result. That being said, it did warm my heart and my soul when I started seeing the votes pour in. Just the number of votes is always awesome to see. But when I saw the way the votes shook out, there were maybe 2 or 3 landslide victories. And this was, lo and behold, the largest one, with 70% of every vote coming in for this category going to the winner.
Paid the cost to be the boss. Paid the cost to be the boss.
Dustin Poirier, folks. I mean, come on. Has there ever been a bigger legend? I mean, he's your fighter's favorite fighter, folks. If you don't know, you better ask someone. Okay, he's the man, he's the myth, he's the legend. He deserved the win. Pips piano tips, you know, brother. You know, Dustin, baby, let's go. Louisiana's very own. Shout out. Big fan of Louisiana. Grew up there, so you know, gotta rep the homeboy, so to say. No, I mean, I feel like we're both in agreement. Like he earned his flowers. He deserved this win. I don't think there's a ton that needs to be said other than, I mean, actually, you know what? No, we'll segue real quick. I'm gonna pour a shot because, you know, Dustin Poirier. And while I do, Nano, do you think he's hung up the gloves forever? And I don't just mean the MMA gloves.
Oh, well, see, there
I
you
would
go.
entertain a boxing match with him.
I was gonna say. I mean, I was gonna leave it the door a little open there. You know, stay for the final scene, stay for the post credits because there might be a spoiler. But yeah, man. No, listen, Dustin's a legend. He paid the cost. He is the boss. Okay, and the boss does whatever the hell he wants. I could totally see him getting a quick bag, going into the boxing arena. I almost said octagon there. I could see him tussling with someone like a Nate Diaz or knocking out a Jake Paul. I mean, there's so many names in that area, in that sport, and he would come in and be an immediate favorite for me. You know, Darren Till, throw any of those guys in there. Dustin is a dog. Dustin is someone that again, can make a lot of money in the boxing arena. So I would be willing and interested to see something like that. But hey, if we don't get our wish, as we may not always get in life, happy with the career he had. And I think my one takeaway with his retirement this year, it might have been one of the only ones where, you know, he was very transparent. You know, like sometimes you get the shock or it's like, hey, he's sticking around a little too long. Just put him, you know, throw the damn towel, if you will. But with Dustin, it was calculated, it was calm, it was cool, and he, you know, he let us know, like, this is it. This is the last dance. So enjoy it. You know, two can tango. Max was a great dance partner. He wanted that back, but you don't always get what you want. But I will say I loved the kind of reminded me of like Kobe Bryant when he was retiring. It's like we all know. So he's getting his flowers. You know, you're doing the press conference. You're going city to city. You're doing your marketing and promotion. And it was great to see the positivity that DP was getting. And I know it was bittersweet. I know it was emotional. I know he wanted that W. So maybe he'll scratch that itch from a competitive side in the boxing arena. I would love to see it, but I'm not going to hold my breath on it. I think he might be the type of guy that's like, you know what? Made my money. I got my daughter. Got a beautiful wife. What more do I need? He's champion in real life. So shout out DP. Can't wait to do the shot with your brother. How did you feel? Give the people and Dustin his farewell.
I felt sad. Honestly. I mean, if it were up to me, I'd get to watch that guy fight forever, but I know that that's not realistic. That's not logical. And that's also not a nice thing to wish upon any man. So I'll say to the people the same thing I said to him before that fight in Las Vegas, before that fight was booked, when I thought that his last fight was against Islam Makhachev. I told him, hey, you are an absolute inspiration for myself and anyone else that grew up in Louisiana or anywhere nearby. And I appreciate everything you've done for the sport. If that was indeed your last fight, I hope you know you've done more than enough. And you're an absolute legend in and outside of the octagon.
And I know you did that because I was at the UFC Expo. I think I recorded it. And I got a shirt signed by him. I need to get that shirt hung and framed because that's one of one. But yeah, he was as cool as it gets, man. Cool like the other side of the pillow in real life as well.
An absolute legend.
Love to see it. Oh yeah. Shout out.
Absolute legend. I remember Bud Light was trying to kick him out for the fan signing or the fan picture thing. And he was like turning around, taking pictures with fans on the other side of the octagon just to try and give them their shot. You know, like he's just an all around good guy, and everything he does with the charity, the Good Fight Foundation, big fan. So huge fan of him. He deserves his flowers. And Dustin Poirier and everybody watching right now, this shot's for you. Cheers. If you're drinking, drink with us. And if not, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let's go.
Shout out Pips for the stats as well.
Dustin Poirier ranks tied 5th all time in UFC finishes with 15 total and tied for 4th in UFC knockouts, 11. Great career. And he's fought just a who's who, right? A plethora of fucking greatness on his resume. So that being said, let's go ahead and move into a little bit more of a lighthearted one here. Nano. We had some interesting nominees for this one, and I got to shout out Pips Piano Tips for giving me the category. This is a new category for this year's award show. So the next one is going to be Best Referee or Ref of the Year. The nominees for this one were very interesting. So let's hear them.
Oh, that's hilarious. Shout out Pips, man. Shout out Pips. That's hilarious.
I mean, those were some really, really great options. Nato, I don't know if you have a favorite, but I think none of them was actually one of the more popular picks. Yeah. There's actually there were a couple of other options that I didn't put on there. So just, take that into account. But yeah, I mean, just an interesting category. And I feel like the refs are not getting a lot of love right now, bud.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's one of those things. I'm not surprised that none of them might have hedged some of the picks there. It might have been a landslide. Man, it's still not still may not be surprised if it actually ends up winning. One person that wasn't on there, I want to give an honorable mention, just for, most likely, if not best referee, maybe most likely to smell like Shiga head cheese. I'm talking about referee Keith Peterson. Quick shout out.
No nonsense.
No nonsense, Keith. But
he smelled like whiskey and cigarettes.
Whiskey and cigarettes. I'm getting contact high out here.
Fight, are you ready? Fight, are you ready? Let's get it on, come on.
Oh man,
did Steve Mazzagatti win? Oh, Tico Tech, you beautiful, beautiful soul, you. I love that so much.
Yeah, man. I mean, my pick's Mark.
No, Mystery Mario Yamasaki won, brother. Don't you know?
That's OG. That's OG. That's Dana White's favorite right there.
Enforce the rules is right. No, I think that's a perfect segue, actually, believe it or not.
And I think that's why I'm picking him. Shout out Pips for the tee up here. Yeah, Mark Goddard. I mean, he's been around the game. I don't know if the accent helps out at all, but he was out there taking points away, keeping people in their place. Fight, I need to see something from you.
Keep your hands closed.
Keep your hands closed. I warned you in the back. I'm going to have to take a point. Just everything about him, man. He really laid down the law this year. So I think Mark Goddard was in his bag, so to say.
I'll be honest. The one that I voted for was actually not on the list I just showed you guys. But it did win. So let's see who I voted for. Will somebody rise to the challenge, right? That is what people voted for. Anyone that will follow the rules. This one was the closest competitor to the Dustin Poirier landslide for best retirement, coming in with 68.4% of the votes. Anyone who will enforce the rules. The specific one that I put was whoever will enforce rules and take points. That just wouldn't fit on the edit. Had to shorthand it. But yeah, I mean, that was my vote. Like, you've heard us talk ad nauseum. I'm not going to make you guys do the earmuffs or rip out your fucking earphones in frustration with hearing this for the 18th time, but we just need people to take points. Like, warning, you give them a warning in the locker room. You give them a warning right before they start the fight. We're going to have a good, clean fight, right? Touch gloves. If you want to touch gloves, go to your corners. That's the warning. If you poke me in the eye or I poke you in the eye, that is a point. What is this like? Oh, was it intentional? Did he do it intentionally? Brother, if we are playing NFL and you are a quarterback and I am a linebacker and you throw the ball and it has been a half second or a whole second and then I smash your shit. I mean, according to the refs, I'm essentially going to
federal fucking prison.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just broke the law of football. I'm roughing the passer here. Okay? Like,
federal fucking prison.
You know what I'm saying?
God, the timing gets me every time. Fantastic. Phenomenal execution, my brother. Oh my gosh. You're right about it. You know that.
I know that.
Yeah, I mean, behind the
like,
jab, I think the second most popular strike this year was the eye poke. Gosh darn it. Can't be having it, man.
Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Well said. That is true. That is true. Oh, man. Put me in the eye. Yeah,
I didn't employ that defense, brother.
That is fair. When defense wins championships, you got to go with the shark fin there.
I mean, that's the John Jones defense, brother.
And the Cyril Ghana. Gosh darn it.
I mean,
That's a good one. That was a good one. I needed a good laugh. I needed that. Shout out.
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind.
You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with not taking points. Motherfuckers really be out here playing an eye for an eye. You know the problem with that? Everyone ends up blind. Don't love that. So
Can't have it. Can't have it.
That's the best ref here, folks. And with that, we are going to go into the best walkout of 2025. Let's see the nominees. Oh, those are really good choices. So I'm going to start off with Ilia Topuria. Ilia Toptoro. fool of a thing. Coming out to the theme from, was it Desperado?
Yep. It's
El Mariachi.
Antonio Banderas.
Yes. Dude, so fucking good. So good. Him and the brothers, the one's got the fucking guitar case that turns into a flamethrower and fucking machine gun and shit. Just absolute fire, brother. If you're taking a swig, I'll take a swig. This one,
I'm thirsty.
This one was a fire category for me. Because again, like that one was one of the ones that got the lower votes of the top 4. Okay. Then we had Jack Della Maddalena. I'm not going to tell you the rest of the order of this, but Jack Della Maddalena. TNT, Dynamite, TNT, and he lost that fight against Islam Makhachev. But it was a great walkout either way. Again, like those are the two that really stood out to me when I was first coming to it. Were those the ones that I thought about voting on? I don't know. No. What did you think of those two and the other two there?
Yeah, I like this list. I think it makes sense. When I was trying to think through the best walkouts of the year, those are on the short list of them.
Cheers,
Salud, my
motherfucker.
brother. I'll start with my boy Sugar Sean. I just think I don't want to know if it's the best walkout of the year, because that is technically the award here, but I'd say it's one of the most notable. It's a memorable one. He's sort of coined.
Let me tell you something. Can I tell you something?
Talk to me.
Sean O'Malley was not on the original ballot.
That's fair. He didn't have a good year. Did he even walk out this year? Maybe to lose to Rob
he did. He did walk out, right? He did his normal, if you are what you say you are, a superstar. Have no fear, O'Malley's here. He walked out to that. It was great. But he was not on the ballot. I always do, because it's a fan show, right? I pick the ones that are the best in my opinion, as well as the best if they have the categories on Tapologies. They do have categories for some of these, and they wrap up the year. So this is like, I came up with my best. I asked Grok and ChatGPT and a couple of friends as well, and I put all the ones that I thought were the best on there, right? And this was not one of them that I heard back about. But lo and behold, it's in the top 4 on write-in ballots. Right? On the other option of people just writing it in. So there's something to it. The kid is a superstar.
Yeah, Pip's got it on the head. That's a superstar song. O'Malley is a superstar, and he's got the fan appeal. So I can see why, but my pick probably would have been Ilya. I think it's another one similar to a Sugar Sean in terms of my outlook on this award, and it's someone that really owned his walkout. Ilya walking out is a scary sight to see. I think it's been well established. But the song itself and how he's made it his anthem, I think that's the best way I would put it, is it's an anthem now. And it is Ilya. You hear that song and you think of Ilya. And so that's where I thought that would have got my vote. Curious to hear your thoughts, and I'm curious to see who actually got the best walkout, because there's some other good ones on there. You mentioned TNT. We got Alexandre Pantoja. This is, ooh-wee. I can't wait to see what y'all voted.
I'm a bit biased. I voted Islam Makhachev.
Okay.
Yeah, I was not alone, but he was not in the top 4. So I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, I voted the wrong guy.
Can't win them all. Okay.
Can't win them all. But here is the winner for best walkout of 2025.
Many men wish death upon me.
Let's go.
Eyes out what I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be. Got a whole lot. Oh, sorry. I was going to say that.
Bro.
Get censored, but.
You know what I'm saying?
Great song. God.
Again, we do not own the rights to any of these music. 50. Big fan. Loving the Diddy documentary. Yeah. No Diddy. So, yeah, that was just a fire walkout. Great song. Great meaning behind it, and just come on, Alexandre Pantoja, Leandro, my guy, how you doing, brother? How you doing? I've seen you in the chat. Sound the fucking air horns. Haven't seen you in quite some time, my guy. Hope it's been a great 2026 for you so far, and man, I hope you keep on stacking the good times. Nano, yeah, I don't know. I feel like this one deserved it. I didn't vote for it, but when I saw the votes coming in, I literally went back and watched this one again, and I'm like, oh, it's money, bro. It's hard as fuck. And he's like the most underrated champ I think we've seen in the last decade. Easily.
That is true for a champion to walk out there. He's chasing legendary status. He has title defense after title defense. Arguably one of the best pound for pound fighters. And then you come out to something like that. I mean, there's a short list of songs that I would walk out to, and that is certainly on that list. I mean, Fitty, Many Men. Well, I mean, this one, I'm surprised this one to get more votes too. But no, man, I mean, I love Alexandre Pantoja. Got to meet him, got to look in the eyes of that fierce competitor when we did the UFC Expo a couple years ago. And I know he means
got nothing for me, boy.
You got nothing for me, boy. So, no, I don't. I got a little pee in my pants. That's about it.
You are correct, sir.
And Bingo, what's his name, Mo? Yeah, man. I mean, Many Men, just a banger of a song. I mean, everyone knows it. As soon as it's a crowd pleaser, and I think that's absolutely why this one won. And our crowd likes it as well. So shout out y'all for voting that. That's a great song. I mean, I can't say it enough.
Let's go for that.
Congratulations.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm coming.
Someone just make that an EDM song. That'd be a long right there.
Fashionably late. Me, not y'all. Brother. Fashionably late is not a bad thing to be. We're happy to have you here. Better late than never, my friend. Better late than never. I would tell you, go back and rewatch the first 32 or so minutes that you missed because I feel like there's been some fun moments, man. We're going through the award show right now, so we're not even halfway through it if I'm being completely candid with you guys. we got some categories here, folks. The next one is a lot of fun. Nano, I will probably be pouring up another shot for this one just because of how fun it just is. It feels like one we should drink too. So let's go ahead and look at the nominees for Best Interview, or rather Best Post-Fight Interview of 2025. That's what I felt like with my internet fucking up there. I don't know what the fuck was happening.
So sweet, had to run it back. It's all good.
I got it hardwired, bro, and I feel like I'm on the fucking AOL days right now. What is happening here?
It's like my phone right now.
Yeah, the video would not play for me for some reason, and then I guess it was playing for you. So yeah, not sure what the fuck happened there, but we are here, we are back, and Nano. Out of data, bro. Out of data. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Nano, what are you thinking, bro? What are you thinking?
Man, I mean, there's a great nominee list here. There's some fun post-fight interviews. I mean, the DP obviously was one that was bittersweet, and he's always sweet on the mic. Like Pips Piano said, Charles Johnson speaking Chinese was absolutely fantastic. That certainly wins some style points. But the man I'm going to pick, and Steven Aslam, I mean, coming on the scene, like, dude needs to be on the microphone more often. Dude could probably start a podcast. He is absolutely hysterical. But I'm going with Old Faithful here, man. I'm going with the hot balls. I'm going with Derrick Lewis, who's, I mean, the things that come out of his mouth, I mean, granted.
A lot of ground and pound.
Oh, my wife. I mean, dude, everything about that guy just spits gold.
Oh, my wife.
We going around. Like, I mean, how do you? You can't help but put a smile on your face, man. I mean, that guy is one of one. We're gonna miss hot balls, Derrick Lewis, doing a little sweet, a little vertical tussle. No, a little horizontal wrestling here with his wife. I mean, man, graphic. Didn't need the visual, but appreciate the words, and that is my pick for post interview of the year. What about you, brother? Hopefully you have some data now.
I think I do. I hope I do. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm with you, bro. I think Derrick Lewis is always a top in-line contestant for this. because he always just says the most off the wall and crazy shit, right? Like, he is an absolute lunatic on the mic in the best and also kind of the worst way. He's probably a PR agent's absolute worst nightmare, in my opinion. But man, is he just incredibly fun to watch on the mic. But I do agree, like, best call out of all time. Yeah, calling out your wife. The Charles Johnson speaking Chinese thing is what got my vote. He learned another nation's language because he was going to fight in front of them, and he wanted to be able to address them himself versus having to speak through a translator. And even the translator was like, the whole time. Like, it was just such a fun video to watch, bro. But speaking of fun videos to watch, let's see who won this one.
I've been gone for 2 weeks, so I want my wife next.
2 weeks. Dude, that's too many.
I've been gone for 2 weeks. I want my wife next. A lot of ground and pound, DC. Bro.
Yeah, well said.
I mean, this man
best
is
call out of
funny
all
as fuck.
time. Best call out of all time for sure. Best post-fight interview. Best call out of all time. You're absolutely right.
Definitely a good call out. It's the opposite of what Foghorn Leghorn says. It was not the best of times and the worst of times. It was the best of times and the best of times. I'll say. I mean, I hope he did, did deliver on his word. Got to go out home and ground and pound it out. Sounds like he needed that. So with that, cheers to you, Derrick. Good old D-Lou, my guy.
Salute. And I'm sure he went championship rounds. No judge's scorecard required. No one.
He somehow
throw
went
him a foul.
over 25 minutes, but still finished the opponent. Crazy stuff. I'll see myself out, folks. Speaking of ground and pound, Nano, it's a great segue into the best submission of the year. My guy, my goodness, my gracious me. We actually had some really fun submissions this year. We had some north-souths. We had some triangles. We welcomed some people to the dark side. You know what I'm saying? But none were better than the one that won this category. So let's see the nominees, folks. Whew, man. We had triangles and darces and heel hooks. Oh my. Nano. What do you think, man? What do you think? Was it the man that stole 3 heels, or was it the man that darsed his way through opponents multiple times?
I mean, both of which are becoming a staple in their or a preferred finishing method for their opponents, most definitely. I'd say the best picture.
Hold on, this is the fucking best worst comment I've ever read in my life. White House card ring girl Ivanka better be putting that belt around Derrick Lewis.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought I'd think about that. I was like, oh, okay, I see. Well,
I got so excited I fucking clicked the button. This mouse is new, and most mouses don't have these little buttons on the side, and I've got big thumbs, so I clicked this little button that makes me go back. Luckily, there's another button that makes me go forward. So we're back. Sorry for the delay there. I blame Leandro and that hilarious comment. Craig Jones versus Chael Sonnen at the White House? Or did that actually get announced somewhere? Or, oh no, you're saying best submission of the year. He submitted him like twice in the same night. He put him to sleep 2 times. Chael's like, no, let's run it again. Let's just reset. Let's run it again. And then he put him to sleep again.
Oh, geez.
I do vaguely remember that. And so does Chael. Vaguely. Man. You know what they say about guys with big thumbs? They're horrible with thimbles. That's actually a fact. Can't tell you the last time I wore a thimble or fit one comfortably. You know what I'm saying? Got big hands in general. Like I've got the XL gold gloves back there. I can't bend my hands in them at all. And I had to force my pinky to actually get it in there. Nano was there. It was terrible.
I had to Google what a thimble is, but yeah.
It's a sewing device. You put it on your thumb so you don't end up hooking it with the needle.
Oh, fair. Touche.
I'm showing my age a little bit, I think, with that.
It's a little
I know what that is.
Simple, lazy bet. You're aging yourself as well, my brother.
This is a sewing channel now, folks. Welcome.
That's how bored we are in the off season, ladies and gents.
The next guest is going to be Sav. She's going to teach us about crochet.
That is a good one. We should do a talk on that, a little master class.
She did this Dustin Poirier right here behind me.
Oh, there he is. Nice. Shout out Stab Jelly.
Adjusting the shorts with one hand, holding the hot sauce with the other. Sorry, go ahead.
Sick. No, hey, man, I'm all about the banter. And I think if we're talking masterclass performances, mine is Walter Walker, no doubt about it. Shout out Tico Tech. Sewing is great. We out here mending our own clothes is financially sound. Well said. I mean,
let's go for that.
The distressed look is certainly in, faded and beaten. I mean, I'm all about a good Goodwill find as well. And I might need to take up sewing as well. Does your mother sew? As someone
Matt's trying to teach you how to fucking sew, bro. And I think in the back of his mind, he's saying,
I can make you rich.
Does your mother sew that?
Sew that.
For walking for you. Shout out Joe Dierte. I'm going Walter Walker here. Enough stalling. Walter Walker is my pick. I think this was the year of submissions. This was the year of the heel hook. That is my pick. Pick any of them. Maybe that's why I'm gonna probably get DQ'd here. Not sure if he wins because there's multiple submissions, but that was the best submission artist. Best submission I've seen all year was the Walter Walker heel hook, and we got to see it 3 times, baby. And we probably will see it again come 2026. Let's go. What about you, brother?
For me, I actually voted for, again, a little bit of favoritism, a little bit of bias here possibly, but I voted Islam Makhachev. I just thought the Darce choke that he got on Hinato Moicano, Money Moicano, as we say, it was just so fucking smooth. It was slick. It was silk as butter, bro. And he did it on Money Moicano, bro. He just made it look easy. He made it look like he did not belong at all. So, yeah, I love it, bro. I absolutely love it. That was my pick. Did it win? I don't know. We'll find out right now. But let's see here. All I hear is the old Andrew Dice Clay skit where he's been fitted for pants 42 long. Bro, Andrew Dice Clay, the only Andrew Dice Clay jokes I remember, like me and my dad a long time ago, we watched, it was one of his stand-ups and he was doing the nursery rhymes. And
Hickory da.
This chick was sucking my god.
That's great, bro. Chick, you see.
The most kid-friendly one that we could say on YouTube is probably stupid. 3 blind mice. Where the fuck are they going? Huh?
That's fair. That's a good point. That's a good point. ADC, my brother.
That one in
Where the hell are they going?
He's like, Little Boy Blue. Yeah, he needed the money.
He needed the money. One of the best characters ever, man.
Andrew Dice Clay is so funny. He's like the only comedian that they just cast to basically play himself in multiple movies. Leandro said, I gotta say, Nano has the cleanest background in all of MMA YouTube.
Yeah, clean as in just freaking looking like I'm in a psych ward over here. All I'm missing is a straight jacket.
Dude, I remember this one too. Little Miss Muppet, she sat on her tuppet eating her curds and cray. When along came a spider who sat down beside her and said, hey, bitch, what's in the fucking bowl?
What's in the bowl? Ow! Ow! Oh, God, that's too good.
Andrew Dice Clay, what a fucking legend, bro.
One of one. One of
legend,
one.
Dude. Absolute one of one. Reeling us back in, submission of the year winner. Let's see if it's either of the ones that we voted for now. We didn't even talk about that one.
We're saving it for now.
We didn't even fucking talk about it, but I gotta tell you, I mean, if this were a video game, that would have definitely been a
fatality.
Right? And then he went on and he fought another guy and he got
fatality.
Duh. Man. Jean Silva, what a dog, what a beast. And it was a great showcase for him. It was a great showing. He went out there, he subbed Bryce Mitchell, made it look fairly easy, and nobody saw that coming. If anything, people thought that Bryce Mitchell was going to go out there and get pelted with the shots at the long range and get knocked out, get a TKO for his money. And Instead, I mean, homie went out there as the submission guy and got subbed by the striker. And all I have to say to that, Nano, is
send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. He was rat. He's very rat.
What were your thoughts on that submission, Nano?
I loved it. I mean, like I mentioned, I teased it a little bit when I said that was the best picture, the best post submission. Just walk off. Again, I mean, John Silva, that guy is, and I love the dogs in the backyard barking, baby. I heard that as well. Shout out to the production crew, MMAnomaly, a crew of one over there. But yeah, man, I mean, John Silva's a stud. And like you said, I think the fact that it was against someone that we all thought might go in there and try to submit John Silva himself. But Jean had the last laugh in that one, or the last bark, I guess, for the dog. Woo, woo. Yeah, great choke. And I believe, was it a ninja choke? There's some uniqueness to it as well, right? I mean, obviously the neck cranked to the side there and put him to sleep, but a unique submission in and of itself as well. So extra style points for Jean Silva. Shout out. Way to go.
Way to go indeed. And like you said, extra style points there in spades, in my opinion. The guy went out there and got a ninja choke, which is not a super common choke. It is a variation of a common choke, which is known as the guillotine or the guillotine, depending on who you're asking. But again, like he went out there and he made it look fairly easy what he did over a prolific grappler / submission artist. So I got to tell you, from where I'm sitting, that was a damn impressive performance. And I couldn't be happier with it, man. So with that being said, I think it might be time to move on into the next category. Let's see. Where are we now?
Moving on up.
To the east side. To the most improved fighter of 2025. Moving on up. Oh, man.
Boy, way to get there.
You know what I'm saying? So most improved fighter of the year nominees are... Just a heads up, if you see Waldo Cortez Acosta on any other categories, it will be labeled as Salsa Boy, because in this specific awards video package, Waldo Cortez Acosta just doesn't fit without me making the text comically small. So he's Salsa Boy, folks. That's not to say that he won. I'm not saying that he's the winner. So Nano, of the people that you saw on that list, I'll let you take the lead on this one. I feel like I steamrolled through that last one. What do you think, man? Like, is there one specific name that just simply stood above the rest for you?
There definitely is, but I do want to give some honorable mention shout outs to some other people on that list. I like Pips Piano. I wasn't going to go there, but Petr Yan becoming champion, definitely hell of a standout year for him. You could argue he's always been this good, though, right? I mean, he was supposed to be champion for a long time if he didn't get kneed in the face by Aljo. Then he lost and, kind of got kicked off the course a little bit. Shout out Leandro as well. Royval opened Pandora's box, talking that Van fight. You're absolutely right. Pandora only comes out the box. You don't go back in there, Leandro. You know the vibes. Peyton Galabit, excuse me, I misread that. Leandro, you almost got me, but I ain't saying it. You silly goose.
Leandro was sitting there so excited.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Luckily, I could just barely read, so I didn't even catch it. But hilarious nickname there for Leandro, talking about Peyton Talbot.
And Lazy Bet, this is most improved, brother.
Yeah, most improved. And I mean, hey, Peyton certainly is a good honorable mention as well. Want to give flowers to Michael Morales, someone that, it jumped on the scene. Huge win over Sean Brady. And Salsa Boy as well, right? I mean, that is definitely a close number 2 for me. Salsa Boy went out there and earned everything that he got. Maybe if it were breakout fighter of the year or something like that, or where it's just, bursting onto the scene, Salsa, nobody really did it harder than a Wonder Boy Salsa Boy, Waldo Cortez Acosta, because the year he had was legendary. The amount of victories, how often he was fighting, and the damage he was doing to his opponents. It was on a tear. I'm at a loss of words here, but my pick, and the reality is, how much better can you improve never being the champion. And I'm talking about a Joshua Van. That Brandon Royval fight, like it was mentioned here, shout out Leandro. Wow. I mean, that was just absolute bonkers. He showed some good skills. I think he lost to someone. Was it Charles Energy? So again, you want to talk about someone that lost a fight at one point and was able to string together these types of wins and doing it on short notice. Now the champion. I mean, that's as improved as you can get. You're champion of the world now. So shout out Joshua Van. I think that's where I'm going with this one. But this was a great list of fighters for a lot of improvement, I should say. But why are you, brother? Where you leaning on this one?
So not only did Charles Johnson beat Josh Van, but he beat him 90-72 on total strikes, 88-67 on significant strikes, and he knocked him out in the third round, 20 seconds into it. Our guy, friend of the podcast, Charles Energy Johnson, absolute fucking legend. If you don't support that guy, come on, what are you doing? Are you even a fan of MMA? Let's go. I mean, he should be next for the title shot, but we're not here to talk about him in this category. We are here to talk about another man, a man that he faced, a man that he beat. I voted for Josh Van as well. I think he's simply the best guy. Outside of that, it's got to be Salsa Boy for me, right? Breakout fighter of the year, I would probably say Salsa Boy. I even would say MMAnomaly of the year. I would possibly vote Salsa Boy. But no, man, I voted Josh Van for this one. I just simply think that he went out there, put it on everyone he needed to, and he looked goddamn good doing it, bro. So without further ado, let's see who you all voted for on the show. I mean, I don't think we need to delve too much on this one. We already said everything that needed to be said. We both voted for him. A lot of people also voted for him. Charles Johnson is in UFC 5. Shout out. Pips Piano Tips. What platform do you play on? Are you a PS5 guy or an Xbox Series X guy? I got the Series X and the PS5, but I typically play on Series X. So if you wanna get some rounds in, bro, let me know, brother. Might be down to get some in tonight. It is Friday, after all, my friend. You know what I say through. Let's get it. I think they used to have cross-platform, but they don't anymore. So I will reinstall it on the PS5. It'll be my first time booting it up in probably like 6 months. So you'll give me an excuse to dust off the bad boy. Let's get some rounds in, brother. Shoot me a DM on Insta or Twitter or something with your gamer tag or whatever it's called on PlayStation. That shows you how I play PlayStation. Using Xbox terminology. People are gonna hate me right now. People are unsubscribing by the second. No. With that being said, let's go ahead and since I don't feel like we need to talk a ton about this one. We've already said everything we need to say about the winner. We both voted for him, so he's number one in our hearts and yours. With that being said, Nano, the worst interview or post-fight interview of the year nominees. Honorable mention going to Diego Lopez. Of course, you and we also know him as Mr.
Where are you?
And I'm so sorry. Whatever he ate didn't agree with his stomach, so he vomited during the interview. It was fucking gross. Yeah, he literally was like mid-interview backstage post-fight, and he's like,
he was asking God to stop this pain tonight. Stop this pain tonight. Well said. Well said.
Don't waste your time on me. I'm about to vomit all over the floor. I'm sick now. I'm sick now.
Different directions, but you get the picture. You get it. You get it. Laying that on top of each other, you know. Gotta love it.
So Nano, I'll take this one first since I put you in the hot seat first last time. For me, worst post-fight interview, and obviously like there's some context behind those, right? Like Steve Garcia, he called out Max Holloway. He said he wants the Rocky fight after a semi-lackluster performance, one of his less exciting performances, and it felt cringe, felt weird. Henry Cejudo retiring for the 17th time before coming back to do it for an 18th time. That's super cringe. But for me, the most cringe post-fight interview is the guy that didn't even give one. JDM looked like he was about to cry. He looked like his 17-year-old, like when he was 17 years old, his girlfriend left him, and that's the face he was making when he was grappling with Islam Makhachev. Like, I want her back, dude. It was bad. And then he ran out of the octagon as soon as they announced Islam the winner, and he didn't even give a post-fight interview. Like, as the former champion, you always stay in that octagon to represent yourself and say, you know what, mate? It wasn't my night tonight. He's a really good grappler. I did the right things in jiu-jitsu. I had Craig Jones come in. He's a world-class Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy. I thought I had all the answers, but, you know, the Dagestani Sambo wrestling is a little bit different. This isn't the last time you'll see me, but this is definitely the worst performance of mine you'll see because I'm coming back better and I'm coming back stronger. Let's fucking go. Like, you know, so, like anything, bro. Like, if he would have said that, he wouldn't be on this list. Or anything to that tune. But instead, he just simply disappeared from the octagon. So that got my vet. That got my vote. And, I mean, just reason, I think. I don't know. Who did you vote on in this category?
Yeah, this was a great list here. I think I was with you. I think JDM, you know, the lack of, you know, definitely was something that you hate to see. But if not that, I mean, the other one that really stood out was Hidalgo.
Fucking Tico Tech almost made me spit out my drink right now. He said he should have just wept directly into the mic.
Yeah, that'd be a power.
We got Rob Rex in the chat. My guy, long time no see. Let's fucking go. The boys ready for a crazy year of MMA. Hope the boys been good watching the show. Bong loaded Arc Raiders all night. It is going to be a good night. My guy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, got it. I hope you rated those arcs and they didn't raid you, my guy. Let's fucking get it.
Yeah.
Pip's piano tips. The brick check guy who said, never ever believe yourself. Never ever believe in yourself and give up. That deserves honorable mention for sure. Sorry, Nato. Did not mean to derail your train of thought there.
Oh, not at all, man. Not at all. I mean, this was a fun one. I had a hard time picking this one, but for me, I think the Bellato, blunder just overall was just a weird finish. Like the fact they even had to do the post-fight interview.
I cannot see. I'm legally blind.
This is basically what happened in there. That would have been my vote for just weirdest, most awkward.
Then he opens his eyes as if he can just magnificently see right after they announce him the winner, and they're like, "Oh, you can see now."
Barely.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, I can't have it. That's my least favorite.
That one was amazing. The never ever believe in yourself and give up. Oh, it's so good, but so bad. Oh man. Nano. Let's see who won. The Crickets got it, folks. This one was a fairly landslide victory as well. I mean, yeah, just not showing up is worse than showing up in a poor way. I got to tell you. So, B.O.B., hold me down. I love you, mom.
That's a great line.
Lazy Ben, my guy's cultured as fuck, bro. Oh, so Nano, I already said my pit on this. Do you have anything to add to this whole cricket situation here?
I mean, maybe it'd be more fitting just to add more crickets. No, I mean, it's a blunder for sure. You hardly see it. Don't want to see it again. And, you know, I think, you know, food for thought for a lot of these fighters, just have, even if it's not a long speech, just have a good one-liner. You know, have a good call out, have a good one-liner or something ready to go and call it a day.
Leandro, you're fucking terrible, bro. JDM's making more money playing the ghoul in the Fallout series.
Uh-oh.
Fucking Walton Goggins. Oh, man. Hey, shout out Costco, though. They have a Fallout partnership with Jones Soda. So they have the, you know, like Fallout, they use the caps as currency. I thought I had it in here. No, I haven't got it in the kitchen. So like they have it comes with a magnet for your fridge that opens the caps without damaging them. and then a bag to keep the caps in, and then they have an online store that you can use the caps as currency like they do in the game. Yeah, and it's like the Nuka-Cola. So I actually do have one of them right here. Nuka-Cola Quantum.
Oh shoot, that's legit.
They're actually fucking delicious. Yeah, I took two, like the two ones that I liked out of the case that look like the ones from the series, and I put those up on my shelf. That's cool. Cool keepsake.
That's pretty cool.
The rest I'm using for whiskey chasers. They're delicious.
Nice.
When in doubt, what would D-Lou do? Exactly, bro. Like, what would D-Lou do? You know what I'm saying? Just say some funny shit on the mic, bro. Say some funny shit on the mic. Say something on the mic. Anything, bro. With that being said, folks, we're done with the worst. That one doesn't really feel like much of a win at all. So I'm sorry, JDM. Big fan, but wasn't a big fan of that moment. Now, let's talk about something that is probably my favorite category or second favorite category of the year, I should say. The Rookie of the Year. Right? The newcomers, the guys that stepped up and really made a name for themselves, as Gambit would say. Let's look at the nominees, and then I'll get your pick first on this one.
Well, Steve Adams is definitely the most memorable, but man, I think for me it's got to be Quillan Salkilld. I mean, the swagger that guy went in there with, the knockout. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't get KO of the year. Dude smoking that Nasrat Hector Paras pack out there. I mean, that was absolutely unreal. I think he broke his foot in the process, but that was nasty. That was against an opponent who I have
his family put him into mixed martial arts because he was overweight, but his parents own a bakery. Smack.
Boom. Just John Anik.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, man. I mean, that would be my Rookie of the Year. I hold him in high regard. I think he's gonna be somebody. So
honorable shout, Pip.
Oh, great.
Honorable shout, Pip. Oh well. Man. Ethan Ewing coming in on short notice, beating the big UFC shiny bright new toy. Let's get it. Olin, that's tight. I'll get those next time and get radiation poisoning. Hell yeah, brother. Make sure you pick up some Radaway too. Hey, hive minding, you guys. Love to see it in the chat. Love to see it. Nano, as you were.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think there's some great. Ethan Ewing is definitely a great honorable mention, but my pick's Quillan Salkilld on this one. I hold him with a high regard. I think he's someone we're gonna be talking about a lot this upcoming year. That's my pick. What about you, brother?
I couldn't agree with you more, bro. So on that,
Congratulations.
You know what I'm saying? We're hive minding ourselves. I genuinely think that just as much as Ethan Ewing deserves honorable mention, this guy deserves the award this year. He's fantastic. He's phenomenal. Quillan Salkilld is the best. I mean, Quillan Salkilld deserves the award. The other guy deserves honorable mention. Sorry for the confusion if that happened. No, Quillan Salkilld was smoking that Nasrat Hot Cross pack, as you said. And I mean, as a Nasrat fan, played the side violin that night. But at the same time, I also was fucking cueing the goddamn air horns like a psychopath because this guy's the future, bro. Like he's able to mix it up. His only non-finish inside of the UFC octagon was after a ton of people were like, well, what happens if he goes the distance? Can he go the distance? And so he did. And he's like, sorry if that was a boring fight, but I wanted to prove it to myself after all you guys questioned it. That's fucking stud material, bro. The guy's a fucking beast. He got my vote. He got your vote. Let's see if he got enough votes from the fans to secure the award. Let's go! He did
Hell
it.
yeah.
He did it.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. That Pakistan King, Quillan, nice shout. Love how the Pakistan community adopted him. That is actually a very funny shout, bro. Good shout, Rob Rex. Dude, let's go. Oh, dude, let me get a Sunset Sarsaparilla. Hold on. Is this? Hold on. Is this what you're asking for, my friend?
Ooh.
Might that be the one that you're asking for, my friend?
Oh man,
it's fantastic.
Okay.
It tastes like root beer with like extra vanilla.
Ooh.
So it's just like super sweet and delicious. I'm not gonna lie, it is fantastic for a post whiskey chaser. Probably a great mix in too. You know what it is, Leandro. Let's go. And come on, Lazy Bed. You already know, bro. I'm gonna pour up another shot because this guy is just the definition of studly, bro. Like, he is everything you want to see. And I don't want to speak too soon or rather out of turn, but I feel like he's got some Dustin Poirier-like qualities in him.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, obviously, at the end of the day, a fight is two individuals going in there and squaring off, and someone is the clear winner, and he's one of those guys. He steps in, and it feels like he owns the octagon. Not a lot of guys I say that about, but he's someone that has that swagger, and he's the one leading the dance. He's leading the dance on this one. So I agree with you, brother. He's got something to him, man. Felt similar about a Joshua Van, you know, even a Walter Acosta Cortez. A lot of guys here that just have that it factor, and he's one of them. Hell of a stash. A lot of dudes coming out of Australia. So living in the land down under.
Living in the land down under. Bro. Leandro, how does Olin have all these drinks? D-Lou drinks during his fight camps? ? Derrick Lewis does drink during his fight camps. I can honestly tell you, your boy's been grinding his ass off at the gym. I have actually been drinking significantly less. I pretty much only drink on the shows when we hang out with my significant other's family now. And I'm down like 7 or 8 pounds on the year. So let's get it, brothers. Let's go. We're locked the fuck in, kids.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I've been to the gym more days out of the year than I haven't, so that's a good start. The goal is 3 to 5 days every week, and today was shoulders. So let's go, bro. Let's fucking go. Oh, Tico Tech says Leona Machida drank a lot during his camp. Even without the parentheses, I was gonna be like, piss? I drank a lot of piss.
Oh, piss.
Why do I drink my own urine? Because it's sterile and I like the taste.
I like the taste.
Fucking dodgeball. Cheers to you. Whatever you're drinking, we don't judge. Whether it's water, whiskey, or anything in between, cheers to you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and vote next year. All right. So with that, let's see. Oh man, this is a fun one. This is a fun one. All right. This is the reason I added some soundboard things that I've already played once or twice on this episode. So we're going into the what the fuck fight of the year, right? One of them is kind of unfair because it counts as a double banger. It's a 2-for-1 special, as they say. So let's go ahead and get into the nominees now. Nano. I mean, look, I'll take the lead on this one. I voted for a specific person on this one, and I'll tell you. Was it the most exciting? Was it the best? No, not at all. It was a what the fuck fight of the year. All right? And for me, it was one that screamed 3 words while watching it, even before this clip went viral. And those 3 words are...
federal fucking prison.
Okay, we see a D1 or D2, like world-class wrestler, go in for a double leg. He's got him dead to rights, fingers pitted behind the pivots of the knees, right? So he's able to pull those in, and all he has to do is drive, right? All he has to do is drive. So in this position, if you don't drive,
federal,
right? And then instead he falls backwards,
fucking,
and then his opponent gets control and starts to submit him, and he doesn't, not only does he not do the right things, but he does all of the wrong things.
Prison.
Okay, so all of those things together, he's going to federal fucking prison. I just, this one was the worst showing I've ever seen of a fix. Right? Like, I've never in my life thought that MMA was fixed or that UFC was fixed until I saw this fight play out. And it was just fucking asinine, bro. Like, Isaac Bulgarian, he should change his name to I Suck Bulgarian. Okay, and he should definitely do a year in
federal fucking prison.
That's the last time I'm gonna hit that clip. Nano, who did you vote for, bro? Because it's obvious who the fuck I did.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me it was either between Rodolfo Bellato and that blunder of just a fight overall. But this the soundbite certainly suggests that has to be it, right? I mean,
prison.
I mean, how often do we see something like that from Dana, from the fights, and even like if you go back, know what we know now. It's like rewatching for some clues in a movie. It's like, yeah, even the commentators couldn't help but question the decisions and the lack of knowledge in what appears to just be textbook 101 fundamentals in jiu-jitsu and wrestling.
Federal prison
is where those fighters are going to go. I mean, that was absolutely a blunder. And the reality is can't have it in our sport. Can't have it. Unacceptable. And it was where there's smoke, there's fire. So I think that was definitely the what the fight of the year.
I do too. And Tico Tech had a great comment here. Is there any follow-up on the investigation, or is it still in progress with no updates? It's still in progress with no updates, and I will clear the name of one Jason fucking Herzog. Okay, I saw a lot of bullshit getting stirred up online of, oh, well, it's very strange that he hasn't refereed a single fight in the month of November since that investigation got opened up, and he was a pinpoint of it. He was not a main point of focus on that investigation. It is the UFC as a whole. It is not his specific ref fights. And if you're a smart guy, right, or even just maybe a tryhard that wants to do your due diligence and maybe do some research before you throw a fucking guy under the bus, it's a great ref, you would look and see that for at least the last 2 to 3 years, Jason Herzog has taken every November off to spend time with his family because he's typically traveling around the goddamn world every Saturday and or Friday and Thursday for these fights. So him being off of the UFC cards in November has nothing to do with the FBI, I can assure you, or the investigation. And he's also suing the guy Harry Mack MMA that posted that he's getting investigated specifically for defamation of character. So that's your update. That's the MMA Minute, folks. If you didn't know, now you know, because it's the MMAnomaly super short show. So that's the follow-up to that. For some reason, I was thinking Maji versus Yan, but the FBI shit is crazy. Maji versus Yan.
Maybe McGee. I think Maniac. McGee.
Oh, McGee. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes for sure, bro.
Federal fucking prison.
You know what I'm saying? I love that sound clip so much. It's so good. So with that, let's see who won. Did we get it right, Nano? I said it in the beginning, bro. It was a cheat code, right? It was 2 spinning back elbows back to back. Not a common finish that we see. And the first time, to my knowledge, that we've ever seen it on the same fight card back to back like that. So I got to say, if I'm in the back and I'm watching you fight, right? Whether you're my boy or not, if I see you get that finish, I'm like, oh, I wonder if I could hit that. Especially if I'm fighting next. And like, it's nothing on like, am I as good as Nano? It's just like, he did that. Can I do that? I'm trying to be the best in the world, so maybe I can. And that's simply what I think we saw take place. Nano, what were your thoughts on the double spinning back elbow happening there?
Yeah, I mean, out of all the years we've been covering the sport, my brother, I don't know how often we've seen something like that. We've seen maybe 2 slams in the same night. I don't know if that was back to back. That was pretty crazy, but
that was the first of its kind too. That won an award last year.
Yeah,
or maybe a year before.
Maybe I should never say never, but this is definitely unprecedented. And to your point, I think that could be something that happens a little bit because we know the UFC fighters are watching the current fights that are happening. And maybe it was a subliminal. Maybe it was a subconscious thought that, wow, that looked pretty sweet. I got to remember I could do that as well, like you said. I mean, and maybe that was a subconscious thing. You see the opening and your body takes over. I don't know how much premeditated thought went into it, or maybe it's part of the training camp. But for fighters that have that in the repertoire but haven't landed spinning elbow finishes before, to go back to back and literally back to back like that, I mean, that is fantastic. And hey, it's all about violence, what we love to see. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little subconscious little man on his shoulder telling him, do it now. And he landed it. Came, saw, conquered. One thing to think about it, one thing to be able to do it, one thing to have the confidence to throw it, but to land it and execute deserves 50K in my book. Let's go.
100% deserves 50K and the award. I think it's well deserved, man. And jumping into the comments before we get into the next category here, Casey Shorey says, "What fight are you looking forward to the most on the 24th?" Look, it'd be easy to say Justin Gaethje versus Patty or Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong because those are both fucking just certified bangers. Like, there is no way around it. There's no way you slice that pie and it's not sweet as fuck, my guy. So I'm going to throw something a little bit out of the ordinary. I'm going to give you not one, but two. The two fights that I'm most excited about outside of the main and co-main event are women's flyweight title contender fight between Rose Namajunas, a.k.a. Thug Rose, and Natalia Silva. And other than that, the featherweight banger between the two men, Jean Silva, the dog, you know what I'm saying? Coming in against the almighty one, Arnold Allen. I mean, this guy's an absolute beast. He's a friend of the show, the Fight Week show that I join often, and as well as the Rambling Dad. Like, this guy's a stud. It's a bout between two absolute studs that are always down to put on a barn burner. So with those, Nano, is yours the same, or what are you thinking? Are you leaning towards a different fight here?
I definitely like that one, but I'll give the people another one that I think has a lot of ramifications, that a potential title shot is on the line, and the door is wide open for this guy in the bantamweight division. I'm talking about a Umar Nurmagomedov, or as Joe Rogan likes to say, Umar Nurmagomedov, fighting against Figgy Davison Figueiredo. That's a banger, and I know that Umar wants to go ahead and get back on that title.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. So that's my
with the new sound bites I added. It changed the order of everything else on the roast. I was like, "Where is it? Where is it?"
Gotta find it.
I added those 4 Dana White clips.
Well, that will take. We will be using those pretty often. So,
shout out to you. Wearing them out.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of this fight. This card's stacked as well. I mean, we even talked about Salsa Boy versus Hot Balls Derrick Lewis. That's gonna be fireworks. But I'm mostly intrigued to see Umar Nurmagomedov, and if he gets that title shot next against a Piotr Jan. That's a big one. You might see another champion this year, but that's my pick.
Oh, man. Leandro says, what did you guys think of Namajunas' performance in American History X? Easy mistake to make here, Leandro. That was actually Edward Furlong from the Terminator franchise. But I thought it was very, very great. I thought it was one of the better movies of that decade. Edward Norton also really shined in that one, as well as Faruka Balk from the Craft series. There were some very promising scenes in the very beginning of the movie with her in them. Lazy Bet MMA says, after Silva's front kick KO over Vitor Belfort, it was all anyone tried for 2 years. Nano's right. MMA is still in its infancy. Sometimes the best technique is look-see-do. Fun fact. There's only been one fighter, to my knowledge, to be described as a look-see-do fighter by Bruce Buffer, and that is John Jones. As much as I dislike him, gotta give props where they're due. Figgy versus Umar. Oh, I'm happy with that one. That's a fucking banger of a fight, bro. That's just a banger of a fight.
Can't wait for that.
So yeah, I mean, the spinning back elbows, like I said, it was a cheat code from the beginning. You got 2 fights instead of 1 to bet on. Stuff to make 1 against 2. With that being said, Nano, let's stop talking about the fighters, right? Let's not talk about the fighters for just 5 minutes. Instead, let's talk about the folks that help mold that clay into something special, into something beautiful, into something artistic, mixed martial artistic, I should say. Let's look at the nominees for the best coach of the year. Solid representation here for best coach of the year. I mean, for me, I'll keep it short. I'll keep it sweet. I think it's Khabib, bro. The school of send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget, you know?
Send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
I think it's worked. It's a tried and true tested game plan. The only thing you can do for fun out there is swim upstream against the river and see if you get the record of the village, right? These crazy guys from my village. So I gotta go Coach Khabib, bro. I just think he's essentially a slave driver in the best way when it comes to mixed martial arts molding of the clay. He's formed not one, but multiple champions. And I think he'll continue to do the same thing that his father and Javier Mendez started to do together before his father's untimely passing. Nano, who got your vote?
I'd be hard pressed to bet against a Khabib, right? The way I think of it is, who would I want to be coached by? And that's a Khabib Nurmagomedov and the team that he's built out there for a few reasons. But I think one, obviously the tenacity, the readiness that his fighters go out there and have, the game plan always on point. They know exactly what their opponents are going to do, and the control he has on his fighters. And what I mean by that is the ability to actually coach them up mid-fight and give direction, give tips. You know, your fighter, they're fighting, their adrenaline's pumping. They're trying to do everything they can to win that fight. But when you can hear Khabib coaching them up throughout the fight and they make those in-fight adjustments, that's huge. That makes a great coach. And then you look at the resume, right? Not just his resume as a fighter, but as a coach, you have a two-weight division champion. You have someone that fought for the bantamweight title who's going to be fighting for him again. And then the other guy that I'm blanking on his name. He became very popular this year with Islam. He should be coming in the UFC as well soon. What is his name?
Jean Pork.
John Pork, yes, Mr. Pork.
John Pork, you're talking about John Pork.
I'm talking about the Pork.
This guy,
yes.
multiple-time Muay Thai champion.
I love it, Mr. Porky. And then even Usman Nurmagomedov, or Usman Nurmagomedov, my apologies, who's not in the UFC but is also a champion. I mean,
Usman Nurmagomedov, he's a fucking bum. Kamaru Usman, he's a fucking bum.
Marty from Nebraska. No, this is Usman from Dagestan, from the mountains, brother. That is definitely the coach of the year, in my opinion. He had a hell of a year, and again, that's the coach who I'd want in my corner. So that's why I'm going with him. But let's see what the people said, brother.
Yeah, Coach Khabib is a problem, brother. You ain't lying. Honorable mention for me was Coach Pablo Sucupera of the Fighting Nerds. I think he really stepped up and stood out a lot this year. But let's see who you guys ultimately voted to win. I mean, look, his pupil, right? His prime pupil, Islam Makhachev, said it best. Joe Rogan said, Islam, was there anything else that was different coming into this fight? Anything different about the game plan coming in against Jack Della Maddalena? And Islam said straight up, brother, everybody know my game plan, brother. But who gonna stop this? And I think that's the problem, right? That's exactly why Pips Piano Tips is in the chat saying that Coach Khabib is a problem. He truly is. He is a problem. He teaches people so many things. And I don't know if you saw the recent interview from Islam Makhachev where he's like, you know, I watched his fight against Belal Muhammad, and he take him down, and he was able to get up with this one technique. I trained to negate this technique, and then when I get on top of him, he can't do this. And he didn't try anything else. That was when I knew we were going to be in this position for a long time. Like, he literally was like, you have nothing else? That's all you got, brother? This is it? Like, imagine fighting a guy who's broken the top 5, the top 8 even. And 15 to 45 seconds into round number 1, you're like, that's it, brother? That's all you got? This is going to be easy money for me. It's so easy, they're going to send me to
federal fucking prison.
You know what I'm saying, brother? So, yeah, I mean, like, it's got to be Coach Khabib. He doesn't only train these guys up to win, he trains them to dominate. And when they win fights, they don't take the belt from you. They don't take your zero from you if you're undefeated. They take your soul. They take a piece of you when they're in there with you. Anybody else for the next 5 years that Jack Della Maddalena has a MMA career will never make him make that face again. I promise you. Unless he gets a rematch with Islam. God rest his soul. No. Like, how do you feel about Coach Khabib getting the nod here?
I feel the same as you, brother. You painted a perfect picture there. My 2 cents are it makes sense. And again, it shows the bread is in the pudding. Like, the way Islam talks, the way Umar talks, the way they're prepared, the way they adjust mid-fight. To me, it felt like a no-brainer. And I'm glad that the general public here, our MMA community, our MMA anomalies also agreed with us. Khabib is an MMA anomaly. We know this. Coach Khabib, for that matter. Just like his dad. Shout out.
And I got to say, it was separated by a very thin margin. In second place, you'll be happy to know, and I was definitely happy to know as the bias in me grew even stronger, Javier Mendez. It was 20 to 30% in this vote for the winner. Javier Mendez came in a close second at 20%, with the closest third to him coming at 15%. And that was, again, Pablo Sucupera, the alchemist, as they call him, of Team Fighting Nerds. So, I mean, Coach Khabib earned this. And if it wasn't him, it was always going to be Javier Mendez, who trained him, right? He's the one that taught these guys how to kickbox. They used to call him Javier Thunder Mendez because he was a world kickboxing champion. He's an absolute beast. I had the pleasure of learning under his tutelage for many classes while at American Kickboxing Academy. And let me tell you, the things that I learned in those days, months, and weeks, they are things that I will take with me to the rest of my life. And I've gone to other gyms and showed those people some of those teachings. So again, like, Javier Mendez is someone that has taken what Father's plan was and grown it, right? These guys can grapple, but they can also fight now. Like, it's not just grappling. It's not just combat sambo. They also do Muay Thai. They go to American Kickboxing Academy in San Jose, California at the headquarters. They also go all the way over to Thailand to go to AKA Thailand and take those lessons from Mike Quick Swick, which if you're one of us, then you might fucking know who the fuck I'm talking about, right? Mike Quick Swick. Man who not only defeated a shit ton of opponents inside of the UFC octagon, but he also defeated cancer and then opened up AKA Thailand. An absolute legendary story and an absolute legendary human being. So I love this pick. I think it's well-deserved. And with that being said, I think it's only appropriate, apropos, as we say, Nano, that we move into the gym of the year following the coach of the year. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the nominees and talk about who we think deserves the nod. It's funny, a lot of the coaches that we're seeing are training out of the same gyms that we're seeing. Crazy. Pablo Sucupero, Fighting Nerds. Javier Mendez, a.k.a. Coach Khabib, a.k.a. We didn't see a specific coach from ATT, but ATT is always worth putting in this category. And, of course, Extreme Couture, right? Eric Nixick, all those guys over there, they're doing just a great bang-up job. Now, with that being said, Nano, I got to be honest with you, bro. As much as I love AKA, we don't have as many champions as we used to. And right now, it's kind of slim pickings for a gym that holds a ton of champions, right? When we were having this conversation 2 years ago, City Kickboxing was a big part of the conversation, if you remember. I think they may have actually won that award in 2023. So they weren't even a part of the conversation this year. Things have changed the landscape significantly in mixed martial arts. With that being said, even though the coach wasn't listed, as far as the overall coaching staff, in which Mike Brown is a firm part of and a large aspect of, the big brains over there at ATT, I had to vote for ATT here over AKA even. I just think American Top Team produces absolute top tier talent, absolute legends. And not only do they produce legends, but they create them. They do exactly what we were saying about the coaches, right? Now, they take this kind of rough piece of clay and they knead it and they mold it into something really beautiful and magnificent for us to see on our big screen TVs. My vote went to ATT. I genuinely think that Mike Brown is doing a great job with those guys. I know it was Dustin Poirier's last year in the sport of mixed martial arts and probably in that gym representing mixed martial arts, but he's a hell of a representation. You've also got Kayla Harrison. Amanda Nunes used to train there a significant amount. So, I mean, just a myriad of champions that have come out of that gym or trained at that gym to retain their championship. Nano, who did you vote for and who do you think deserves the nod?
Yeah, man, this is a great list. A lot of great gyms, some that have won in the past, who I still hold with high regard, to your point, but it's more of a what have you done for me lately? And in this award show specifically, it's what have you done this year? And I'd be hard-pressed to find a team that had a better year than an American Top Team. Headquartered out there in Coconut Creek, Florida, dozens of world-class professional fighters and champions of the likes of the UFC, PFL, and even one championship. You mentioned one that had his last stance in a Dustin Poirier, absolute staple there in the room. And aside from that, we have the current bantamweight champion and two-time PFL champion in Kayla Harrison, ex-flyweight champion, but still a fly guy in my book, Alexandre Pantoja. Got Bo Nickel, Mateo Scamrot, and did I mention one of Owen's favorite fighters, Kiyoshi Horiguchi? Come on, man. Arman Sarukian, Hanato Moicano, the list goes on and on and on and on. Adriano Moraes, former one champion, and another stud that I hope to see in the UFC. I'm talking about a Dakota Chicheva. Man, absolute murderers row. A lot of legends that have come from this camp, and the Junior Dos Santos and the Joanna Jacek, Andre Orlowski, Jorge Masvidal, the original BMF, my brother. Masvidal. Si se puede. Yeah, man. I mean, Thiago Pitbull Alves, Dan Lambert, those guys are cooking right now. Something's in that Florida water. Maybe some craziness, maybe some gators, but definitely some badass fighters. That is my absolute.
Your boy was born in Florida.
Need I say mo? Need I say mo? Let's go.
Let's go. So I have to address this comment. Tico Tech LLC said, what's the difference between producing a legend and creating one? So producing a legend and creating one, and again, like I just said that, right? This is a concept by me, so you can quote me on this. But in my humble opinion, the difference between producing a legend and creating one is producing a legend you can do with somebody that enters your gym that already has raw talent that you're molding that clay out of. A la an Amanda Nunes with her raw knockout power, a Kayla Harrison with her judokan or judoka judo powers, right? Whereas they've also done the same for a Colby Covington, who had promising wrestling, but I believe he was D2, right? He was never as good as the top tier guys, and they molded that clay significantly for him. They made him a cardio machine. They made him a workhorse. They gave him a little bit of light boxing work. Same with Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier was never a master of anything, but they took him into that gym. They gave him a good game plan. They gave him a good regime, and they gave him a good sense of like compass to work out, a true north to follow, so to speak. And they took somebody and created a legend. They created a top tier talent in the UFC. Whereas if Dustin Poirier stayed in Lafayette, Louisiana, I love Lafayette. Got tons of family out there. Shout out Aunt Sarah. But he simply would not have become what he did. Right? So there's a difference between creating a legend and producing a legend, right? Producing a legend, you have something to work with and you're bolting it to the next level. Creating something, you're essentially playing God, right? You're taking someone who you're like, all right, this dude's pretty average at everything, this dude or female, and I'm going to take them and I'm going to make them really good at least one thing or pretty good at everything, right? They made Colby Covington pretty good at everything, and cardio was his talent. And then Dustin Poirier, outside of hard work and determination and just fucking pure grit, the guy had crispy fucking boxing and a solid game plan going into those fights. So I would say that is my differentiating factor between creating a legend and producing one. I don't know. Maybe that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. No, you can keep me honest here.
No, I like it. I mean, it's a little bit of both, right? It's like that nature versus nurture type thing. Like, yeah, a lot of guys probably have that dog in them, but the reality is, like, everyone has some sort of coach. Everyone has to get something that unlocks that piece in them. Do we all have a savage in us? Yeah, probably most of us do. But is it levels in this game? Absolutely. And I think when you combine talent and athleticism and motivation and skills with the hard work, with the right coach, I mean, that's where legends are made, right? I mean, you can't talk about Mike Tyson without, an Otto, right? You can't talk about a Khabib without his father. I mean, there's a lot of, duos. You can't talk about, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. I mean, there's greatness, but it comes from great coaching. And so that's where I think I'm of the belief that you can, craft and help curate that legend that is potentially bottled up inside of all of us. You just got to find it.
Thank you for being a fucking absolute blacksmith of the words, or a wordsmith, so to speak. Fostering an existing aptitude towards MMA versus creating talent through sheer will and hard work. That's exactly what I was trying to say. You said it in much better words than me. So thank you, Tico Tech. And he said, good explanation. Thank you. Thank you for the question, bro. I appreciate the discourse and conversation. And again, like going back to what you were saying, Nano, like something that comes to mind there, like coaches are able to get something special out of fighters, especially in this sport and boxing, any combat sport, in my opinion. And I love NFL as much as the next guy, but it's different, right? When you're fighting a grown man and it's you versus him. And he's trying to take food off your table, essentially, because if he wins, you get half a paycheck. I don't know if you watched Fight Science 10, 15, maybe 20 years ago at this point. I'm an old man. But on National Geographic or Discovery Channel, they did something called Fight Science, and they had a few MMA fighters come in, and there were some really good clips. We'll have to do a whole episode on that sometime, just breaking those down. It'd be great content. But one of the fighters they had come in was Houston Alexandre, right? And he's an ex-UFC fighter. They had him punch a test dummy with pressure sensors on it. They measured his pressure. Then they injected him with pure adrenaline and had him punch it again. And he dealt, I think, 650 pounds of pressure, right? With adrenaline. He had tears coming down his eyes. He's like trembling and shit. He's all, huh, huh, huh. He's fucking going at it. So then they waited a couple hours for the adrenaline to wear off and stuff. And then they had his coach come in for the final test and give him a pep talk with no adrenaline in his system and had him punch the dummy one more time. Do you think he did more or less physical force when he had adrenaline versus his coach's speech?
Ooh, I mean, I would imagine the adrenaline, but perhaps the coach speech maybe offered more adrenaline. Yeah,
like adrenaline is the chemical that your body produces, right? So you would imagine off just logic and science, adrenaline is a chemical. It's going to force you to have that extra force, right? Pun intended. No. He did over 1,000 pounds of pressure with his punches after his coach gave him a pep talk and talked to him about his family and his kids, right? He was tearing up even more when he was punching it after the coach's pep talk than he was with adrenaline surging through his fucking literal veins. So there is something scientific to that emotional response. It was able to trigger more than the chemical that your body releases into your bloodstream when fight or flight is triggered. When his coach yelled at him and talked to him and gave him inspirational aspirations. So, yeah, being able to mold that clay it's a special talent, man. It's a special gift, and I'm truly appreciative to each and every one of these coaches and gyms. And with that being said, I don't think we've talked about it enough, Nano. We're going to talk about the ladies, all right? Let's give it up for the girls. We're going to talk about the best female fighter of the year. And Nano, there were a handful of nominees. Let's take a look at the top four. It's crazy. You just mentioned one of those right before. I should have segued then. Saved us like 15 minutes. Dakota Dacheva, it was at the top of my list. I just genuinely think that she is incredible. And Pips piano tips. That's it right there, bro. Fighting with emotion is greater than fighting for something you love, right? Like it's wild, bro. Or sorry, fighting for something you love is greater than fighting with emotion. Facts. Leandro says Shevchenko. I'm not in disagreement with you. My vote went to Dakota Dacheva just because I genuinely think that she's the greatest fighter currently in the female divisions. And she's doing great things. If she makes it to the UFC, I'd love to see how she fares against a Valentina Shevchenko. But Nano, keep it short and sweet. Where was your vote lying in this category?
I do like the Dakota shout, most definitely. Kayla Harrison was my honorable mention, but Leandro, I'm with you for sure. Okay, you got the 101 there, and that's Shevchenko. Okay, I mean, the reality is she's been at the top of her game for a long time. And we don't talk about Valentina enough. She's an absolute legend. She is writing the record book. She's rewriting these record books. And I think it was really solidified with the Weili Zhang fight. I mean, come on, y'all. Like, I know we all saw it. And I know a lot of us may have thought, like myself, that Shevchenko was going to have a hard night. I pictured the Grasso loss, which he came back and avenged. So that's a nullified point. But to go out there and beat another champion in such dominant fashion reminded us why there are truly weight divisions, and I think just really solidified herself as the best. Now, I'll throw an asterisk, and maybe 2026 will be Kayla Harrison's year, especially if she beats Amanda Nunes, who is widely renowned as the best women fighter of all time. But
she's out of that fight.
No.
Kayla Harrison got neck surgery 2 days ago.
We suck again. Well,
yep, she's off the fight. The headliner is going to be Patty Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. And of course, Sean O'Malley's like, we don't suck again. I'm the co-main event. I haven't fallen off. It was a funny ass reaction video.
He's like, I fell off hella hard. Yeah, he's hilarious. Love Sugar Sean. Well, we're not going to cry over spilt milk. Valentina's my pick. She's an absolute stud. And again, I mean, she's one of one. We'll be talking about her for a long time. The age and the length of dominance, I don't know if we'll see it again, my brother. Unless Dakota gets over here sooner rather than later, maybe that'll be a passing of the torch. But till then, Valentina, 2025, and potentially female fighter of the decade. Let's call it what it is.
Calling a spade a spade. I like it, brother. I like it. Let's see who took it home. Yours or mine?
Well, there you have it. Great picture. And she even has the old UFC belt. So that's how you know, my brother. Again, we're talking.
I can't believe Kayla injured her own neck to get out of the fight. That's hella funny.
I mean, how does she injure her neck? That thing looks like it's bigger than my thigh. I just don't get it.
It's crazy. Dern Pips Piano Tips. I do like that shout. Dern had a great year. She finally got that belt. Finally saw a lot of her dreams come to fruition. Great year for her. She also was on World Series of Poker with her husband or fiance. I don't know. Do y'all think Kayla actually returns neck surgery plus grueling weight cut plus 35 years old? Look, I said it in the MMA group chat. We are to blame. Every single one of us that said there should not be a 145-pound division, blah, 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 blah. We all belong in
federal fucking prison.
Okay, folks, because you said it yourself, Tico. Like, she has no business cutting to 135. This is wild child shit, brother. There ain't no reason for that shit. Ain't nobody got time for that. I got bronchitis. And a neck the size of a fucking small child. It's crazy, bro. And Amanda has no business cutting 135 either. When's the last time she made that cut? It's been a long time. Should have left you without a weight cut. Step 2. So,
yes.
That was fucking hilarious, dude.
Yes. God, I love you, brother. I swear.
I fucking love you, kid, dude. That was hilarious. Oh my God.
Unscripted, unannounced.
No filter.
No filter, baby.
Bro, that was incredible. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a stupid ass weight cut. Like, just let them fight for a vacant 145-pound belt. Give the fans a super fight. No lady loses any flack off their arm or anything. There's no chink in the armor after this, right? So, I don't know, man. Give it to me straight, no filter. I just think that they should do it at 145. Now, am I crazy here?
No, you're not. And I think if I'm putting my PR hat on, I think it's a great way to kind of reintroduce the division, right? I feel like nowadays you're starting to see the UFC start to be less inclined for the big weight cuts, right? You're starting to see more fighters fight in what feels like their true class. And maybe the roster isn't going to be as deep in that division for the women, but I mean, look at the heavyweight division. Like, we don't need a litany of people on the roster. We just need bodies, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that are tweeners.
Alpha Cat Zingano would come back. She'd fight at 145. Larissa Pacheco, who has a win over Kayla Harrison, by the way. She's 1 out of 3 against her, I think. Like, she'd come and fight her. She won the $1 million against her in PFL. I do have my tinfoil hat on for that one, thinking that maybe Kayla threw it so she could get out of her contract. But also, like, former UFC fighter Aspen Ladd, who Drew has a huge crush on, like, she'd come back and fight at 145. That's facts.
Yeah, I think so, man. And I think it'd be a great way to add a new jolt of energy in that division, getting someone like a Kayla, even Amanda Nunes, who would love to get that double champ status as well. That'd really be a big shock to the system if they were to do it. And someone like a BMS Keita, there's a lot of girls that frankly just would probably be better suited, not cutting the extra weight and just being more hydrated, more natural. Violence pending soon. That's still going to happen, y'all. We all know this. But yeah, I would love to see it. Will it happen? Maybe not this year. Very soon. Very soon.
Dude, I'm glad that you said Bia Mesquita, right? She entered the UFC as 5-0. There's currently another lady that fights at 145, Jamie Snickers Edenson, right? Fighting out of, is it Scotland? Where's she fighting out of? No, Queensland, Australia. Shout out my boy Leroy. That's where he stays, I believe.
Leroy.
Somewhere around that fucking area. Shout out to the man, the myth, the legend. But this chick is 6-2, bro. 6-2-1. She's an absolute beast. She's a legend. She's on a big win streak right now. They could easily pole vault this division. And there's a lot of girls that they could also just handpick from 135 that are, as you said, tired of cutting weight. So give us the fight at 145. And with all due respect, just throwing devil's avocado in there, I don't care if we even get a 145-pound division out of it, Nano. I just want this fight. And, like, why do we want to see two of the best women to ever do it fight unhealthy? Let them fight at their fucking best, bro. 145. Make the fight. Sean, Mick, come on, dude.
Make it happen.
Make it happen, Kevin. And with that, we move back into the big boys. We move back into the men. We're talking about the best male fighters of the year. Nano, let's take a look at the nominees, and then I'll jump into you for your pick. It's funny, I said big boys, but none of those guys were actually big boys. They were all like 170 or under. So,
yeah.
Nano, what are you thinking, brother? Like, who got your vote, and tell us why?
I think this is probably the most stacked class here. All four fighters certainly have a case to be made. And I am having a hard time picking against an Ilia Topuria, but I'm going to go with the biggest boy on that screen, the big dog on the block, someone who went out there, jumped up a division, and was equally as dominant in their own way. But, man, I think he's just an unstoppable force. I'm talking about Islam Makhachev.
Send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
And forget about it. Yeah, man. I mean, this was the year that really confirmed Islam and his legendary status, GOAT status, if you will. And the way he put it on a JDM, how big he looked. And we're talking about an Islam that's on creatine, okay? Creatine right now. I need to get a new tub, my brother. I didn't know that was all I was missing to be that kind of dominant figure in my.
We're getting back on the stack, baby.
Back on my stack, man. Back on my stack, yeah. And Pitch Pianos, I mean, shout out. I mean, let him say it. He says it best. Got to give it to Islam. 3 championship fights, all dominant. 2 at lightweight, 1 at welterweight, double champ. I know Ilya, again, close second behind him, but I mean, the reality is, even if they were to square off, I think Islam's going to get him. I mean, I don't know what it is about Islam right now that just, creatine Islam, mythical fighter. Yeah, it is the new evolution.
I understand.
And I don't disagree. So thank you, Joe. Thank you, Islam. And thank you for all the fighters for having a great year. This is a tough one, man. But I got to go with Islam.
I got to tell you, it's music to my ears, man. I thought maybe it was a little bit of bias for me, and maybe it was. But again, Pip summed it up better than I think either of us could have. You know, got to give it to Islam. 3 championship fights, all dominant, 2 at lightweight, 1 at welterweight. I know you just said it, but I had to read it twice. The comment's so nice, you got to read it twice, my guy. He's a double champ. And as he said, like, these guys all know my plan, brother. Who gonna stop this? Like, it's the ultimate, like, fuck, this sucks moment. You're like, all right, I know who I'm up against. I know his game plan. There's not a goddamn thing I can do about it. Whether I've got 6 months or 6 weeks to train, there's not a goddamn thing I can do about it, because, like, you can pick up kickboxing in 6 months to 2 years, realistically, depending on your proficiency and kind of what your training level is. and also your discipline. Grappling, like to improve in grappling is like 2 to 4 years minimum, bro. Grappling is a different animal and the same beast, as Kanye would say, right? Or maybe that was Kobe Bryant in that commercial that said that. But either way, my gosh, it's got to be Islam for me. That's who I voted for. Let's see if everyone else agrees. My guy. We did it. We got it right. We got it right. Bro, I'm going to pour up one more for this guy. This is going to be the second to last shot of the night. We have a couple more to do, and we'll do one more in a hasty manner.
Let's do it.
For the MMA Anomaly of the Year after this.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So, folks, I mean, Islam Makhachev is an absolute beast. Cheers to him winning the Male Fighter of the Year award. And cheers to fucking Nano and all of you guys for showing up. Let's go.
Salute. Cheers right back at you, brother.
Now, the next category is probably one of the ones that I thought was going to go the most all over the place, just because, you know, recency bias is a hell of a thing, right? And I was right. Like, to put it into perspective, we had 30%, 20%, 10%, 20%, 15%, and 5% for the vote stacks, right? Let's look at the top 4 nominees, though, for Fight of the Year. Oh, man. Those were some firefights. I did a live watch along for one of them. Yuri Prokaska versus Khalil Roundtree Jr. Phenomenal. Just phenomenal stuff. We thought his right arm was broken. Turns out he was playing possum the entire time. And then it starts lighting up Khalil Roundtree Jr. with fucking fire straights down the pipe. One of those fights I was actually at live, right? Josh Van versus Brandon Royval. And the man next to me who secured me the tickets, shout out Big Ron Betts. Let's go, Ron Pellegrino. Literally can be heard in my video clip of it that I recorded on my phone. God, I wish I'd upgraded phones before that trip, but I digress. As I recorded on my phone, he literally states, fuck, he just lost that fight in the last 7 seconds. Royval was up, and then he got dropped. And that is all she wrote, folks. The lights go out in Vegas. He didn't get TKO'd, which is great, but he did drop the fight. So those were my top 2 picks. Who did I vote on? I'll be honest with you. As much as I love Yuri and I loved that fight and that performance and that comeback by him, I had to put it on Josh Van versus Brandon Royval. Him and Raw Dog went out there and really put it on. Josh Van down by the river and Brandon Raw Dog Royval. They left a little piece of themselves inside the octagon that night. I don't think either one of them will ever be the same following that performance. Nano, who did you vote for, and tell the people why?
I'm right there with you. I'm leaning into the idea of it being a full 15-minute fight, it being unprecedented, it being high-level violence, especially in the striking realm. I know Leandro here put in the comment, especially on the entertainment side. I mean, there was not a dull moment. It was a clash of 2 different styles. The speedster, the guy that was peppering his opponent, and then the heavy counterpuncher who, to me, just felt like he was leading the dance the whole time. I just felt like the counters, the power punching, and the amount of strikes that he was doing overall, Joshua Van, I felt like it was his fight to lose. Though Brandon may have won that first, maybe some of that second round, there was a big tipping point. I think Brandon got dropped in the first round as well. Leandro, I know you mentioned here in the comments, maybe not necessarily a ton of skill, or at least in the grappling department. Totally get it. I'm a little biased. I don't think, we're going to see a grappling match that's going to wow us or necessarily win Fight of the Year. That's my biased opinion, obviously. But I just think when you break it down and what was at stake for that fight, number 1 contender status, man, I love the fisticuffs, and I love, again, the clash of two different styles. Number 12 jumping up on short notice to fight the baddest dude right here, right now. In the
number 12 versus number 2, and people are gawking at 12 versus number 5 right now. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we've seen crazier things. If you have a number next to your name, you deserve to be in there. That's a fact. That's why we play the game. Just like in the playoffs, you could be a 7th seed and win and be the undefeated team. Ask Eli Manning against Tom Brady, the GOAT in football. So these things happen, right? And that's how it felt. I mean, this was unprecedented. This was Joshua Van's breakout moment. And again, it was a hell of a show. My boy over here to the left of me got to see it live and in the flesh. I mean, I can only imagine the energy that was going on in that arena.
Wild.
I mean, with every shot that landed from both fighters, I mean, boy, that must have been a true one-of-one experience. But I am going with Joshua Van versus Brandon Royval as well.
Yeah, I got to see one of the best fights I've ever seen in my entire life, and one of the scariest knockouts I've ever seen in my entire life in the same night. The RoboCop versus Jack Hermanson.
Yep.
Joker. Like, he didn't move for like 2 minutes. They don't show that on TV. They wrap the commercial. You don't see that part. Like, the pop that the crowd gave, I kid you not, no, the pop the crowd gave when Jack Hermanson's arm tweaked and moved and he sat up was louder than the entirety of the fight that we're talking about right now. We're like, he's alive!
Oh, thank God.
Let's go, thank God.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. And then when he stood up, he got an even louder pop. And I was like, oh, my God, bro. I feel like the entire crowd, if you would have put up on the teleprompter a script, the whole crowd in unison would have been like, I'm happy to go! Brother, I mean, it was wild stuff. Okay, it was wild stuff. So with that being said, let's see who the people voted for. Coming in with 30% of the votes in a very close race, 20% right on its tails, we had Joshua Van down by the river against Brandon Raw Dog Royval. I mean, look, if I played the nominees clip again, you'd see. Or you can just rewind, right? One of these dogs is not like the other. You know what I'm saying? There's one that looked a little bit different. It was wrapped in gold because the other creative didn't exist. I think the UFC matchmakers knew this was going to be gold right from the fucking start, folks. And it truly was. It was a fantastic matchup. Kudos to the matchmakers. Mick Maynard, Sean Shelby, whichever one of you guys came up with this, just chef's kiss. You took a gamble on number 12 versus number 2, and it really paid off in a huge, vast way. So, big fan. And Nano, sounds like you voted for this one as well. So happy that we help tip the scale for that 30%.
Absolutely. It was a fun one, much deserved. And yeah, man, that's why we fight. You never know. Forget the number, forget the accolades. Any man can win any given Sunday, any given Saturday for that matter.
And with that being said, folks, we've come to an end. We have the last award of the entire night. It is the MMAnomaly Award, the most coveted award, in my opinion, my humble opinion, the MMAnomaly Award show. This is the Breakthrough Fighter of the Year, or as we call it, the MMAnomaly of the Year. Let's look at the nominees. I mean, no, all of these fighters are worth talking about, right? I'll take 2, you take the other 2. So I'll take Petr Yan and Salsa Boy. You'll do Morales and the guy we've been talking about for a lot of the night, Josh Van down by the river. So Salsa Boy fought more times than any heavyweight or fighter has fought really in a year. He wanted to fight a 6th time. They wouldn't let him. Comes off of a loss, then goes on an absolute tear in the heavyweight division, and now finds himself basically in his iron sights with a title shot right in front of him. The guy's a beast. He got poked in the eye by Ante Delija. He was up for our WTF award tonight, and he absolutely just fucking crushed the competition this year. And then in terms of Petr Yan, like, you're talking about a guy that foot and mouth, right? I think you said that this fight was going to be a lot closer than people were giving it on paper. Well, I said, brother, Merab beat him so bad in the first fight that when he went to tap his shoulder, he gave him PTSD after the fight. I was wrong. Nano was right. I am never afraid to admit these things. Okay, folks? Foot in mouth, right? Nano called it, and I called it wrong. I hope you listened to him. And if you did, I will tell you straight up.
I'm happy, thank you!
You know what I'm saying? Glad you listened to the right guy. But I just think this rematch with Merab Dvalishvili was just so nice to see for him. He grew so much, he improved, and the guy's an absolute legend. Nano, what do you think about the other two guys?
Yeah, man, I appreciate it here. And I'll be brief with the Joshua Van. We've been talking about him a lot, but on paper, he did lose to a Charles Energy Johnson early 2024, but he came back that same year and bounced back. And this was really what started him on this trajectory. He fought in September, beat Edgar Chairez, went on in December, quick turnaround to go beat a Cody Durden, who was ranked number 12 at the time. And then he went on, beat a Ray Soroya in early March of 2025. He had 4 wins in the calendar year of 2025. This is back to back to back every couple months, like clockwork. He fought in, June 7th, he fought, beat Bruno Silva, knocked him out. And then he came back that same month, 3 weeks later, to face the Brandon Royval that we know today and love and talked about ad nauseum already. And then to go out there in December of this year, get his hand raised, even though it was via injury. I think that's an MMA anomaly in and of itself, but that would not have. It's hard for me to pick him for all of those reasons. I think had he have maybe gone out there and beat an Alexandre Pantoja, I think it's an easy landslide. But then you look at a Michael Morales, right? Somebody that just by definition of MMA anomaly really fits the bill, my brother. 26 years young, 19-0, has not sniffed defeat, 14 knockouts. It's over 75% of his wins have come in that fashion. 1 win in the Dana White Contender Series, and over the last 3 years has stacked 7 wins. And there's some big names here. We're talking about a Max Griffin. We're talking about a Jake Matthews, Neil Magny. And I know you're saying, all right, get to the point. There's got to be better. But wait, there's more. We knocked out a Gilbert Burns, someone that's never been knocked out or just frankly manhandled like that. And then to go out there and knock out a Sean Brady. I don't think anybody was really – people were giving Michael Morales his fair credit, but I didn't see that coming either. I thought Sean Brady was going to be a really tough matchup for him, but no, that was not the case. Michael Morales put on the Spider-Man mask, and just like Bane said, they only remembered me when I put on the mask, and that's what Michael Morales came out there and said. He is an MMA anomaly in the truest form, but I'm going to be honest, I think my pick is a spicy sauce that you're going to have to talk about here since you wanted to pick him, but that's where I'm going with. But if I had to pick out of Michael or Joshua Van, obviously we know the kind of year Joshua Van had. He certainly earns, the honorable mention. And I think Michael Morales is going to be a future MMA anomaly of the year. But I'm going to dish it back to you, my brother. Why do you make the case here for the Salsa Boy as the MMA anomaly?
The activity, right? Like he bounced back from a loss. He came in and he did everything he needed to do. He got 4 wins back to back to back, bro.
That's my pick. That's it.
As our guy would say,
Come on, don't be crazy.
you know what I'm saying, bro? But let's see who the people picked. As we say, this is not our show. This is a fan show. So it is picked by you. Let's see who the fans vote.
Salud.
Josh Van, bro.
It was the year of the van by the river.
To the year the van down by the river, man. Cheers to you. Cheers to everyone else. And if you're drinking, drink with us.
And if not, that's okay too. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with your pals. And if you made it this far, we do kindly ask, leave some comments. Let us know. Give us some feedback. We're not Nikki Glazier. We're not Kevin Hart. Okay, we're doing our best to be the MCs here of this MMA Anomaly Awards show. But let us know what you want to see next year. Maybe there's some different awards. Maybe there's just some more skits or something we want to try to add to it. We're open to some suggestions. So please leave your comments here. And if you're listening later on, let us know about the picks that we made here, or that I say we, not just MMAnomaly and I, but let us know how you feel about the award show. And much, much love to the one, the only, the true MMAnomaly, Day One, the guy to my left here. Appreciate you, brother. You put a hell of a show together. Couldn't be here without you. And this is the year Joshua Van. Like I said, I mean, big shout out, brother. Any final words as we close out this fantastic award show and 2025 as a whole, my brother?
Man, Josh Van has won now, 3 awards tonight? He is truly the MMAnomaly of the year. And he was voted that by you people. So with that being said, Josh Van, you are the man. And look, he went from unranked to being the best in the world. He's literally the champion of his weight class, and he did not have a number next to his name to start the year. And he started the year off with a loss, right? So I do it every time we do the award show. It is always the worst idea in the world. It's a pain in the ass to clean. But here we go. We're going to do a little confetti. Cheers, guys.
Ciao! Look at that. Looks great on camera too, brother. Hell
Look
yeah.
at that, folks.
Hell yeah. Clip it.
I'll be vacuuming for the next at least 2 weeks to get all this confetti up. But folks, it was worth it. We hope you had a great time tuning in. As Nano said, like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications. I've already got confetti all over me. And after the show wraps up, as soon as we hit end stream here, do us a huge favor. Refresh the stream. Leave a comment on the actual video. The live comments, we really appreciate. They keep the show going. It's the lifeblood of the show, in my opinion. But for the almighty algorithm, which we bow down to, we'd really appreciate it if you guys left us true comments after the show wraps up. So as I always say, thank you so much. Let us know if we got it all wrong. Let us know if we got it all right. And if you disagreed with us throughout the entire show, that's fine too, as long as you do the next 2 things, right? At the very least, we ask that you keep on going and you keep on growing. And we really hope we see you next time. Let's go.
You've been listening to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. As you may have been able to tell, we dig the MMA, and our passion is to dive deep into the upcoming fights, give you our expert breakdowns, and help you make sense of all the chaos that is the fight game. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, make sure to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at MMAnomaly. Be cool, and we'll see you next time.